I'm ChosenArchitect, and this is all the mods tin to the sky. Yes, more all the mods tin to the sky. Episode 2, there's a lot I really want to get done today. And I just was visited by the Wandering Trader. However, I can't really purchase anything off of you, but you do offer me some leads. So you know what? Get back over here. I just got to grab a few of your leads. Stop. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, because we do need to get ourselves some animals today, because I would really love a backpack. That would be kind of nice, right? So yes, being able to actually move some animals around would be kind of nice, because I don't think we have the ability to carry on, right? No, we do not have carry on. So picking up mobs, I mean, it'll be best done with leads, right? And you know what? I think today overall would be a good day to work on storage and possibly a storage solution within episode 2. I know I posed that like a question, but I actually think that it is doable. We could technically get some sort of storage up and running. There's several different options in this pack actually that are pre-applied energistics. You know what? I'm going to take a look at a few and I'm going to try and figure out which one will be the easiest to get to, because there may be some actual roadblocks before we get into some. Tell you what, I would really love to get out of chests already. It's already becoming just a mess for me to pull things out just to craft. Okay. I've weighed the pros and cons of some of the early game starting mods, and that allows us to store and sort things. And that is going to be integrated tunnels, which is very interesting. However, this does require slime because we do need sticky pistons, and we are going to also need mineral saplings. And we have to go through the whole process of getting mineral and so on and so forth. Honestly, not a bad mod overall. Very, very nice logistics mod and has a lot of options. However, the crafting and the storage can be a little bit janky. Then moving on, we have Ars Nouveau. Now, Ars Nouveau is quite easy to get into. It does have a lot of parts you can see here, but it's not actually that bad. We just need like gold, we need stone, and we need lapis. That's pretty much it. And we have all of that. However, we do need a book and quill, which sometimes ends up being the hardest part, just simply because of ink sacks. But you can actually purchase squid directly from a market, which just requires red wool. Oh yeah, and a diamond. You need a diamond to be able to buy the squid egg. Then we have just going straight into applied energistics. Now I will say this does require power, is a little bit harder to craft things that allow you to expand your storage. And I don't think it is the perfect thing to jump into right off the bat. I just don't think we're quite there yet. And I prefer to have more things built up before I actually get into applied energistics. Otherwise, it really kind of slows things down, heavily focusing on this alone. And then we have the final option, which honestly, not super duper worth it in this particular setup. And that is going to be using Create. While not the same as these other options, it is a pretty interesting early game. And if you haven't seen me use this, definitely check out my Just Create SMP series, where I use this extensively. Honestly, it was the only storage that we had access to. And now how could I forget occultism? Occultism is also another great storage. However, it does take a significant infrastructure to get up and running, a lot of time. Usually the crafts take quite a bit of time to get set up, but I mean, honestly, it's pretty decent. And it also has the ability for you to interface with other mods in the future. I will say though, its downfall is the fact that you can't connect other inventories to it. And I get it, that's because it has its own sort of storage upgrade solution. And it starts to get really expensive, not only on resources, but time. The crafts just start to take longer and longer to make. But now I think this is a good question for you guys. What's your favorite storage mod? What do you prefer to get into before you get into applied energistics and or refined storage? And do you even do a pre-storage? I would love to hear from you in the comments. All right, now I know I have you on the edge of your seat. Chosen, what are you choosing? What storage are you going for? Okay, and I hope this doesn't make or break anything, but to get started, I think one of the best storages that we have access to, judging by all of the stuff that we need to do, Ars Nouveau is definitely one of the best. I weighed the pros and cons. We have like storage functionality. How easy is it to actually interface with things? There's a lot that I kind of decided, and ours is by far the simplest, but not simple in a bad way. It's simply going to allow us to store things. And also getting started with Ars Nouveau is such a good thing to do, especially in a skyblock, because it has so many utilities for skyblocks. So now that that is out of the way, I know what I need to focus on as of right now. We simply need to focus on getting some of these basic items up and running, and I also, like I said, still want to get a backpack going. By the way, to get a backpack going, I do recommend just building out away from your platform, no matter what island you're on. Just build out 2 block wide path, and make sure you build it out like 24 to 30 blocks out. That way you're far enough away from all of your light sources to hopefully get some mobs to spawn down here, because really we just need to take on 1 of these mobs, right? Just literally 1 to satisfy the quest. And while we wait for it to get dark, well, we can start working on some of the Ars stuff. Now, the reason why I wanted to do this is because in the starting, you can see right here, we need to kill a mob to get that advancement. And that will give us a few nice items, including an ender pearl, which is very helpful. But we just get given a gateway pearl of the Emerald Grove. That's going to be really helpful too. Well, not given, we have to craft it. And it looks like to get Eye of Ender, we can either get it from crushed Instone, which is probably not going to take place right off the bat, but we can also crush Netherrack, and we have a chance of actually getting some blaze powder, depending on the mesh. Speaking of mesh, this is where I have made the actual sieves a bit smaller, because I really want to focus heavily on upgrading these particular meshes. When we have a huge amount of them, it becomes a lot harder to do. Oh, and speaking of meshes, we can already upgrade them, I think, with flint. We have plenty of flint to be able to do this with. We just simply add 4 around it, and we upgrade to flint. And I think we even have enough to upgrade to iron, which we're going to need because we need diamonds and all kinds of other things that we can only get after we've made it to iron tier. You can see 9 of them. That's so much easier to manage. So let's dabble a bit into ours. First thing we need is to get saplings. This also is a way we can get our mineral saplings, and we just need to sieve up some moss blocks. And thankfully on our island here, we have quite a bit of moss. You can always bone meal moss to get more, but I wonder, is there any other generation method for moss? Well, there's the extractor. And we also have botany pots, which is another way to just infinitely generate moss, it looks like. But I wonder, for right now, can I just harvest some of the moss that exists around? I feel like this wouldn't be a horrible idea. Let's just hope, fingers crossed, that we get all of the individual sapling types, because we are going to need all of them. And looky there, right as I was working on sieving everything, we get our first mob kill. Just like that. Advancement Hunter. Perfect. All right. So we do get some nice goodies out of that. But I mean, is there a bounty board? There is a bounty board. Oh, we just get some XP. Nice. And oh yeah, we got the villager too. So we also get the sword as well. Very nice from Alfred. Perfect. Now I did go ahead and put some moss in that botany pot. It does require a hoe, and I did put the hopper on here to make it automatic, but it's every minute. It's a very, very slow process, especially with the botany pot. Honestly, the extractor is going to be way quicker for these processes, but that requires us getting to the extractor, which we're just not there yet. But it looks like soon though. If we do gravel inside the iron mesh, we get so much stuff. Oh my goodness, diamonds, but we also get emeralds, but my goodness, kiwi. Wow. Also earlier for the eye, I almost forgot. Yeah, we can actually get blaze powder from dust too. And so with that blaze powder, we can actually use that on here, and we are going to have to take out a few mobs whenever we do this. Oh, also we need flowers, right? There is a way that we can get some flowers. We are going to need bone meal to do that. And I guess while we're bone milling and getting ourselves some poppies, we're going to be grabbing some other seeds too. Whole bunch of other seeds. And so here we are. Let's hope we can get ourselves a backpack pretty soon. Once we get ourselves some cows, that's going to be the main thing I really want. I mean, chickens are also nice, but we already have some chickens that have spawned. But gateway, if we scroll through while holding shift, we can see that we get 5 zombies on wave 1. We get 5 spiders on wave 2. We get 5 zombies and 2 spiders on 3. And then we get a necro farmer. And then we also get 3 zombies and 2 spiders. All of this causing them to have some other modifiers as well. And we do get some rewards each time. Looks like sugarcane and all kinds of other stuff. There's actually a lot we get from this. So let's go ahead and craft this. And if we look at the penalty, there is an explosion if we fail this. So I have crafted a chest piece. I also have myself a sword. And just in case, I mean, we should be fine, but there are spiders. I mean, we could always climb to safety. But I think let's go ahead and spawn this in. Let's get this done. I've got to get this over with. We've got to have the animals. Wave 1. Oh, goodness. They spawned right on me already. Oh, I probably should have gotten more food, shouldn't I? Oh, boy. The fact that they're on fire is awful. You know what? I might be able to just kind of set this one out. Yeah, I think I can just set this one out. There's no spiders on this. Oh! Okay, they can jump up here just ever so slightly. All right, this wave's going to be a bit harder. If I keep my distance, I should be fine. They just have so much health. What? There's that. And we're done. Oh my goodness. Oh, we get so many goodies though. All right, this should have a couple of zombies. They just have knockback resistance. And nice. All right, here's the last wave. We have a couple of spiders, and we also have this guy. Oh man, if we could just get rid of the stragglers here. Oh gosh, he hit hard. So long as he can't reach, we can take him out. The Necro Farmer, get out of here. And goodbye. Oh, and there's all the mobs. Okay, this is a lot. Now I've got to organize them. I've got to get them all inside the pen. Some of them might even just walk into the pen. This is why I said that lead's important. I mean, honestly, we may not even need the lead. We can just use like some hay, right? And put it in our offhand and have this in our main hand. And these guys are just going to quite literally walk their way right into the into the pen. All right, nice. Come on, you got it. Come on in here. No big deal. Just pop on in. Perfect. So just before you do anything, make sure you breed up your cows, and then we should be good. Yeah, we should get ourselves some leather. Yeah, there's 4 already. So after all of that chaos, I'm back to farming up some more gravel. We've got a ton of different things that we're getting now that we have the iron mesh, including kiwi, which is kind of nice. Allows us to get access to extractors, but emeralds, yes. So I was sieving for yeah, all of but like a couple of seconds of the moss blocks to only realize, yeah, it's going to be quite the haul if I expect to get all of the individual sapling types. They just don't seem to be a lot, and I almost did a stack and we didn't get them all. So I think probably buying it from the market might be the best. We're gonna need a market anyways. Look at that, out of about 9 stacks of gravel, that was pretty quick. We ended up getting 4 diamonds, 6 emeralds, looking pretty good. And also now have the wool. Look at that. To be able to make that market. What a classic staple. Honestly, what would we do without farming? What would it do without this mod? Oh man, so many good things come from this mod, including this, the market. Very nice. Allowing us to purchase all kinds of stuff, right? So we have mob eggs like cats, bees, cows, horses, fox, llama. There's all kinds of cool things we can buy from here, actually. Look at that. Tons of different passive mobs. Okay, very nice. And also all of our saplings. So this is what I'm going to need. Take every single bit of emerald that I have. I already have 2 of the vexings. So yeah, we can just simply purchase every one that we don't have. And I believe we can grow these up if we don't have them in a 3 or 4x4. I mean, you would think that I would remember, but honestly, these like minute details, I don't always remember. But yeah, I think just one, it just grows a really large version of it. Yeah, perfect. I know I could twerk. I don't know why I didn't do that. I just decided to use bone meal. Yeah, we're gonna get significantly more saplings from doing this. Perfect. And we also get the logs, which we are gonna need the individual log types. And as far as our tools go, we can just repair them right in our inventory. Super nice. Now quickly, we need to get imbuement chambers going as soon as possible. I'm gonna make like 2 for right now. This is gonna be just fine. We've got to get them at least started so we can get ourselves a little filter going. So I'm gonna place in some lapis. Just take some time. We just basically need this to produce a product, and then we can actually use that product with a regular hopper to filter it. And this is how we are going to get source gems. And I love the new textures and everything. There's so much more that you can do with Ars now. Like it has particle generators, all kinds of other fun stuff. It's absolutely wild. Okay, now that we have the imbuement chambers, let's go ahead and get these set up. So I am going to grab a little bit of cobble. We have some cobble right here. And we can set this up right here. It's not going to really matter. So we have this one right here. I love that they can be turned on their sides, by the way. We'll set a hopper down below and a hopper on top. This is a quick and dirty way to actually automate this. And then we just need a single source gem in here. This is going to be our filter. And then we'll just set some cobble to close up all of the other slots. And then we just need to put the product that goes in here. And there's a couple of different things that we can use. We can use lapis or we can use amethyst shards. We have significantly more lapis, so that's what I'm going to go for right now. So yeah, this allows us to get this automated early on. I mean, it's super, super easy to do. And while that's running, let's craft a backpack. And not just any backpack, no, a sophisticated backpack, a very special backpack. And I wonder if under the storage, do we get some rewards? Okay, so we got an upgrade base, which is very, very nice. More upgrade bases, kind of saves us on leather there. And then we have all of our different upgrades here that we can jump into. But this, we want to upgrade right off the bat. So I'm going to take this, upgrade it with some iron, and then we can also upgrade it with some gold. And that already gives us a very large backpack, allowing me to access this, oh my goodness, from my back slot by hitting B. I can pull this up so I can keep all of my tools in there, getting my inventory a little bit more organized. Now with just a little bit of stone cooked up and a few of the source gems, we are able to take this and make some source stone. This is going to be very, very important, and we are going to need about a stack of it. And so this is going to allow me to make our first bits of things. Right, so we are going to need an enchanting apparatus. This is going to include the enchanting apparatus itself and also the arcane core. Both of these are going to be needed. And then I do need an arcane pedestal, and we're going to need about 4 of them, believe it or not. So yeah, 4 of them is what we're looking at here. Let's see, do I have enough for one more? Yes, I do. I technically have more of them in here. There we go. And so last bit. Nice. Now, we have everything we need for the enchanting apparatus itself, but I also need to use this enchanting apparatus to make a Dominion one. Outside of that, that's really it. And this setup, by the way, you can set up and you can tear down. It's not really that crazy to do. I'm going to place it facing straight up and place that there. And then the pedestals, you can place it around it in the corners, or you can place it outside just a little bit. There is a certain range, but this is going to work just fine. So let's make this Dominion wand. This is a super important step because the Dominion wand is what allows us to be able to tell our storage what it's hooked to. So we are going to need this setup. And so I just placed the 3 items required on the pedestals, the stick in the middle, which is required in the middle. It's very simple, beautiful craft as well. I still love this. Ah, the sound design, everything's so nice. Now we're almost there. We just need to make ourselves a lectern, and there's not really much else left to do. We need a little bit more wood because I do need 4 separate inventories. So we need 4 chests. And after we have this, we're almost there. We're still almost there. So we place the chest down just like this, and this will actually get us the storage lectern itself. Oh man, such a fantastic block. It's 100% worth doing this. I totally recommend it. Oh man, do not skip on this. It is great. It's great. So there's our lectern, but you can't just use it. So if we place it down, you can see this is the interface, but there's nothing hooked to it. And it's not hooked to anything in particular. We need to be able to hook to it. So to be able to do that, that's where we are going to need a tablet of awakening, and we're going to need a ritual brazier. Both of those things, honestly, not too bad. And I can even take one of the pedestals from here for right now because we don't need it much as of right now. We can always make some later. Now I'm going to have to craft this. We're going to need a little bit more. It's going to be so nice. I won't need to like skip to chests anymore. I can just simply craft. There's the ritual brazier. And this is why we needed every single one of the individual sapling types. And that is for the Tablet of Awakening. And then we also need flourished wood, which we should have laying around here somewhere. You gotta love YouTuber blindness. It was right in front of my face. Perfect. And just a few more source gems. Okay, so this is why you get this set up. So it's just constantly running in the background because there's so many things that need it. Now, this is a one-time use item, so keep that in mind. And we have one more thing we need to get this to work. A book and quill. And of course, don't forget, we do have to use, I believe, a diamond for this, right? For the spawn egg, it's quite literally a diamond. So we have a dolphin squid. That's the one we need. Okay. And the squid, we can spawn it right here in the world. And goodbye, squid. Nice. And we have the ink sac. So all of those items combined together, and we're ready to rock and roll. So we place this in, we just right click it, and then we can either drop it or right click it. But we just need to place that in, and that's the Tablet of Awakening, and that's the augment, and then right click, and there we go. That's the last thing we need, a book charm. And this allows us to hook 8 individual inventories up to our storage lectern, which is honestly a lot. Like, especially being this early on. Now, I think I want to put it in here. I want my storage. So we got these sophisticated storage chests as a gift, which is kind of nice because all we really need is this one sophisticated storage chest because we can make upgrades for it. Now we shouldn't have to pull the items out of the chest. No. Let's actually go ahead and get this lectern up and running. So we right click the wyvern onto the lectern, And this gives us up to 8 inventories that we can connect to it. And then we just need to take our Dominion wand and shift right click on one side of these double chests, by the way. Don't click both of them. And then we shift right click, and that links the inventory. Shift right click, shift right click, shift right click, shift right click, shift right click. And there we go. As you can see, we already have 5 inventories connected. And when I open this up, all of our items are stored inside. So we have all of our stuff in here to be able to work with. It is kind of nice, and we can synchronize it with JEI and all kinds of other fun stuff. So for example, we want to go from like a basic storage tier all the way up to gold. Well, we can go ahead and do that in here. So I can take my regular basic, craft that up. It's so nice to be able to craft from here and just continue on up until we have a gold tier. We are going to need 2 of these if we're working with the chest. And there we go. I mean, gold upgrades are already kind of ridiculous. Now, this is the normal size. When we put this on here, this is how large it is. This is already like the same amount of storage we have right here. Now, I am just about ready to move everything over here. I've got 3 of these full-size chests set up. That's going to be plenty of storage, I think, to get started. To be able to move this, I mean, you just simply break it, and then you get your charm back. I mean, it's really, really that easy. And then just to relink, I can place this in here. I could even place it outside technically if I wanted to. And yeah, we just shift right click, and so on and so forth. Actually, once we put the charm in, that is. So there we go, shift right click and link. And the priority is based on what inventory was linked first. Just bear that in mind if you're wondering how priorities work. Then I just need to start transferring over my items. Now, also another really cool thing about this Lectern is its storage is kind of open. So when you do get into Applied Energistics, you can actually hook up a storage bus directly to Lectern, and it can access and send and receive all of its items. You can also run pipes into it, out of it. It has some really cool features. If you place a chest next to it, it'll automatically take the items out of the chest and put it into Lectern. Also, another reason why you probably don't want your Lectern right up next to your storage chests. So, I mean, look at that little guy. You can also dye these too. And I think red is one of the dyes. Yeah, look at that. Now, after getting the storage, everything is going to be so much more of a breeze. Like, to be able to craft things, not a problem at all. Like, if I want to make all of these individual axe pieces and things like that for the novice spellbook, look at this. We just simply click and craft. If I want to make an actual book, we should be able to gather everything to put that together, so on and so forth. And to tell you what, it is 100% worth crafting up the novice spell book as soon as you can. We don't have blaze rods just yet, but even having the basic book is kind of nice. Just a nice little utility. And I also want to dye it a different color. I think red. Yeah, I'm going to go red this time. But now that we have this, it's about time just to let the sieving commence. Yeah, we're going to definitely dive deeper into more sieving. Now that I have like easier storage, it's going to make collecting everything so much easier, compacting everything so much easier. Oh, it's great. And if this isn't quality of life, I don't know what is. And already I'm sieving up some sand. This is actually my first time sieving up some sand, and we're getting all kinds of stuff like Certus, even charged Certus from sand. What? That's so good. I'm just imagining automating all of this. It's going to be so many resources. Ooh, and we're even getting black quartz out of this too. Oh, nice. Black quartz actually additions. Now, I know I made the Ars spellbook. I almost forgot to mention anything about it. The spellbook allows you to build spells, and you're going to have to unlock glyphs to be able to use this. We're going to dive into this a bit more. There's some awesome spells that we can set up that are very useful for a skyblock. But as of right now, we don't have a lot of source, and we really don't have a lot to really play with when it comes to this. We'll get that set up soon. First, though, I think the big priority is going to be setting up the ore processing. So I've moved this around. We have a regular furnace that is being powered by this, and then we also have our regular furnace that's being powered by the one magmatic generator. This is probably not going to last very long. We're going to have to upgrade it before long, but for right now, what we could do is we could get started a little bit further into integrated dynamics, and we can go ahead and get away from doing it the squeezer route. Speaking of squeezer route, there is a redstone clock. So if you really wanted to set this up, 4 redstone and a redstone clock is honestly very, very easy to get set up. And it could do the same thing, right? It can shoot the armor stands up in the air. It allows us to get crushing happening. And we're going to want to do this kind of because mineral is kind of a pain. Now we need to make a drying basin. I crushed up some blackstone here so that way we can maybe get some black dye. There is a chance of getting black dye through this, so maybe we'll get lucky. Yes, we got 2 black dye. That's just enough. We can then use that black dye for a drying basin, which we are going to need, and then Those mineral saplings that we got earlier, well, we're gonna need those. Or you know what? Honestly, I could just buy the saplings, I bet. Is integrated dynamic saplings in here? No? Wow, it is quite literally a 1% chance to get it. Oh no. Now, after obtaining the mineral sapling, we then need to grow it up. And yes, it is kind of a pain because sometimes it just leaves logs up there because there's 2 different types of logs in this darn tree. But perfect. We only need a few logs to really get started. Now back over here on our setup, I have my redstone clock, and then we just need to put a drying basin next to it. And this is very, very easy to set up. We have a hopper that goes in here, and then underneath this, we just simply need to place another hopper, and that's it. We put our logs inside, like so. Those are going to go in, they get squeezed, the mineral gets put in here, gets dried, and turns into mineral blocks. This is a great way to get mineral. Look at all those blocks of crystallized mineral. Ah, so good. Okay, and this can be broken down. We're also going to need some in block form. And yeah, we're going to make ourselves a mechanical version of this setup. Oh yeah, I do need more redstone. Ah, man, this has a beat. Don't mind me just getting some redstone from dust. The reason I need all that redstone is for this right here. Each of the machines are going to cost 2 batteries. So yeah, quite a lot. Oh yeah, and we're also going to need some lava, which we can do by putting lava in here and then placing water directly on top of this. There we go. And we have ourselves lava. Obsidian. Brain, why aren't you braining right now? Looky there. Just like that. As soon as we hand put the batteries in, never mind. This is one of the bad things about this storage. Sometimes makes it kind of hard to get the ingredients out, but there we go. And that's with any storage outside of like refined storage in AE2. There's just always going to be these weird problems, but there we go. Mechanical squeezer. Sometimes if you can't pull an item out, back out, go back in, and you might be able to pull it back out. If not, we always have access to our chests. But here we go. Okay, interesting thing about the squeezer. It also, I believe, has to be filtered. I think we can handle this filtering really, really easy with just a sophisticated storage and a hopper upgrade. Hear me out. So let's turn this spruce barrel into a sophisticated storage. And if we use just a regular hopper upgrade on this, what we should be able to do is we should be able to specify tags. And this is really important because we only want raw ore, not the actual ore block, to be the thing that gets sent. However, when we place down a barrel, we have to keep in mind its orientation. By default, you have the top and the bottom, and you can see there is a match allow block. This is where, yes, okay, this regular basic upgrade is not going to work. So we are going to have to upgrade it. I think we can afford an upgrade, and the upgrade is going to allow us to do tags. Really, really important. Let's go ahead and see. Let's do this. Nice. Okay. So advanced hopper upgrade. That is what we're going to need. And so, yeah, this is a very, very nice storage, probably one of the cheaper ways of filtering. And you can see right here, it tells us top up, which is the upside, down, which is the bottom. And then we have west, north, east, and south. So as of right now, it's going to pull from the upside and it's going to push to the downside. And this is where we need to set our filtering based on these icons that you see right here. So this is like an up, this is like a down. So the down area down here is our filters. And we can change this. So the input is what we want, right? We want to set an allow list and we want to match the items specifically. And what items do we want to match? Well, let's go ahead and put this in here. We'll let that crush. There we go. We'll grab that out. Let's see. There's like 3 items in here. And that's because in my experience, the mechanical squeezer, you can't just place a hopper. It'll just pull everything that's input into it as well, which is unfortunate. So yes, like the raw lead, for example, we put this inside underneath the tag section. And when we put this in, we can see raw materials, and that's what we want. See raw materials, and then we hit add. So hopefully what will happen is as this does its whole like hopper operation, it won't automatically pull out this. Which, as of right now, we can already see that it's not pulling that out. I think as far as power goes, I'm going to use another generator that's going to go right next to this. Very, very simple to just simply carry our lava. Hopefully that's enough lava to still handle 2 of those. And this is going to automatically start working. And we see the item goes in, and then we get it down here. Now, at the moment, we aren't exactly optimizing it 100% because we still technically should be using the hammer on some things, but at least we have this going for us. Do you know what? Just to optimize this, I might actually bring this up just one, just bring this whole setup up one. That way this goes into a barrel, and then I can go ahead and use the hammer to make this optimized. So we're gonna need all the ingots we can get until we get this automated. Throw a hopper on here, give ourselves a barrel, and then we can just, yeah, simply toss all of these in here. And so what should happen is this should go in here and hopefully not automatically send items out, because this is also set to an allow. Otherwise this would start sending out. So this is gonna build up the materials, which is good. Then we can use our hammer to duplicate, or yeah, technically duplicate the amount that's in here, put it in the barrel to be processed, and we're good to go. So this is just kind of, it's still manual, but it's better manual. Another good part, we don't need this anymore. Yeah, we can get rid of this. Now all is well, but I did upgrade to a diamond. This is already starting to run into power issues. It's still going to work. I mean, this generates 160. I'm assuming this is very close to using that amount, if not just right above it. But yeah, I would love to be able to share energy between this. And thankfully in our quest, whenever we completed the first chapter, we actually got a basic energy cube, which is pretty decent. And this has a throughput, so we could move these, I guess, and maybe have them back here, and then we can pipe all of the power around. That might be a better way to handle all of this. So yeah, I mean, I'm thinking right back here, let's just go ahead and take our generators. And we can go ahead and set those generators down here, and we just dig underneath. I think I have my shovel on me. Yeah, we'll just dig a path underneath. Ow. Okay, not good. Not good. I forgot. Okay, I forgot I had lava here. not good. Yeah, let's just avoid the lava for now. I'll have to come back to that. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna be burning forever. Put the energy pipes under here, and then have the energy pipe leading into an energy cube for mechanism, which is kind of convenient that we were given this. And then we can just run an energy pipe for now up here or to any device that we want. It's super ugly, but it'll get the job done. Do I have my pipe wrench on me? I do. Love the backpack. And we're able to pull out of here. We do have to configure some sides, but yeah, we'll set these to extract. And by default, they can do up to 256 FE per tick on the extract, which is pretty nice, which is definitely more than what we're generating per magnetic generator. But I'll tell you what, it's pretty nostalgic being able to actually use lava in this form factor to be able to generate power, because man, I haven't gotten to do this in a while. Now for this to be able to receive power, like I said, we have to go and configure this side. I do recommend just clearing the side configs and making sure the bottom is set up right, the top is set up to output, and we even want to output here and have auto eject on. That should be fine, and we should start to see this building up with power, it dropping down. We even have like a cool little animation in here. So now we're kind of getting there. I think we're doing pretty good. Of course, we have one thing to do, and I know all of you guys love seeing when I click this button. Let's go ahead and collect all rewards that we have gathered so far just from today. And oh boy, lots and lots of goodies. So many goodies, in fact. Oh boy, too many goodies. But it is nice to see once I get some of the saplings, we get all of the saplings and more things and stuff. Yeah, nice. We even got Fortune 2? What? I wonder, like, this is why I sometimes like manually collecting to see. We got some upgrades for different things. So many different things. But yeah, Fortune? Always nice to see what items we got. And I do find it kind of funny as we are collecting a lot of these things, we are also completing some other quests too. Mineral resin bucket, interesting. More mineral, tattered, a source jar. That ended up completing even more things. Yeah, perfect. And we got another source jar and some more source pie, which we're going to be diving deeper into Ars very, very soon. But I tell you what, today already was quite a lot. We ended up getting a storage. We dived a little bit deeper into Ars, got a little bit into integrated dynamics, so that way we can make our ore processing even better. And we even upgraded our iron furnaces and got power a little bit more situated. So I would call today a huge success, and hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, of course, click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and give this video a huge thumbs up. And with that being said, it's now time to thank the amazing supporter of today's episode. And that huge thanks is going to go out to AeroClone. Thank you so much for your amazing support and choosing to support me over the Discord by becoming a Discord premium member and just honestly supporting for so long and in one of the best ways possible. You absolute boss. Thank you so very much. And guys, if you're interested in checking out the Discord, of course, find it linked down in the description below, where you can gain access to world downloads, supporter servers, all kinds of other fun stuff. Definitely check it out. Also, just a great community to ask questions, and I recommend checking it out. I'll see you guys in the next episode. And of course, as always, Thanks for watching.